So our 3 accomplishments this year. One is, this is our 20th year here in the program. So we're one of the longest running and frankly the best forensic training program in the country. April Alexander, one of my esteemed colleagues in the forensic department, had an amazing show at TEDx Mile High. So you should find her TEDx talk on consent, learning consent for younger kids and keeping kids off the sex offender registry. My colleague Neil Goen-Smith has this really cool it's a handheld app designed to track bias in forensic evaluations. So this intersection of technology and public good that is amazing. Thea Wessel and Erin Gazelka are 2 of my favorite all-time alums. We nominated them for this award because they are truly extraordinary. Thea's training is obviously terrific. We trained her, but she took that and recognized a gap in services that was people weren't receiving needed care for substance abuse, and she built this training and service delivery empire that's really remarkable. And our students still lean on that today to get addictions training. Erin Gazelka came into our program with a law degree, so she was far and away the best thinker in the room in all of this time, really in 20 years. She followed a similar path where she's worked with some of the most difficult clients. So these are folks who are in prison and labeled dangerous and returning citizens as they come out of jail and people with long-standing drug addiction. And she sees the humanity in each of them, and she stands in front of a room full of my current students and convinces them to do that kind of work with the people that they'd otherwise decided to avoid eye contact with. And I think it's a gift. I think they're both a gift to forensic psychology.
Highlights that have happened in the program are really the explosion of collaborations that have happened because of our great faculty. Dr. Gupta, who leads our trauma and disaster recovery clinic, has done a fabulous job of connecting us to many community organizations in Denver and developing trainings and workshops for professionals and agency beneficiaries. It's my pleasure to award Savina Treves our MAIDP Impact Award for this year. From the get-go, she showed a terrific appreciation for the experiences of children and families who were refugees and immigrants, and a deep commitment to helping people in those situations. She's post-graduation become really the go-to person in the Denver area for expertise in the area of child and family work with refugees and immigrants.
Jamie Shapiro and Artur Pachadovsky both work for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, and they work with Paralympians. So both of them went to the Pyeongchang Olympics and did consulting work there. They also go to World Championships and other, international high-level competitions. So they've been doing that, I think, probably 4 or 5 years now. Been very successful and have continued to expand kind of their footprint in that organization and are really regularly recognized by the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee as being critical parts of their mission. So we're really happy to have Nick Bartley as the first representative of our program with this award. He's working with special forces, special operators in the military, and so on so many levels, from just an elite performing unit that he works with to the impact that they're making on the world and the things that they're doing. Pretty phenomenal, and couldn't be prouder of that. And Nick himself has performed at the level necessary to keep up with those men and women. So he's gained a lot of respect in that community. He built a field placement for a couple of our students to intern with him down there. So this is the first ever opportunity for graduate students to intern with Special Operations community. And that's all thanks to Nick and a whole lot of paperwork.
One big highlight that we've had over this last year, Brian and I have been working on this paper for publication over the last 2 years or so. It's called Creative Coaching Practices for Strength and Conditioning Coaches, and it was a sociology, a sport kind of intervention study we were working on, working with strength and conditioning coaches and kind of changing their thinking towards disciplinary practices in the strength and conditioning field. And we've been working really hard on that paper. It's been a long time coming, but we had it recently published this year in the Sociology of Sport Coaching Journal. I'm really excited to present the Master of Arts in Sport Coaching Program Impact Award to Scott Cofield. He's been a great contributor to the field of strength and conditioning. He's worked at the National Strength and Conditioning Association headquarters as a strength and conditioning coach, and has recently just taken a position at Colorado College as head strength and conditioning coach. And I wish him best of luck in his new position there.
What is the highlight of my year is that second Saturday in August when commencement occurs. On that day, I get to dress up in my robe and my hat, my cap, and go sit in an auditorium to see the 35 to 40 some graduates of the PsyD program walk across that stage and move from being interns and students to doctors of psychology. And that is the best feeling in the world. They also get to see me reduced to a lot of tears, and there's a lot of hugs that are shared on that day among the graduates and their family members. So that is, I think, the biggest achievement that occurs every year, and I look forward to that every year. Our PsyD Alumni Award is going to Dr. Gail Hamlet. Dr. Hamlet came into the program in 1979, which was the first year the program was accredited by the American Psychological Association, and she graduated in 1983. So for over 4 decades, she has served the communities here, particularly communities of color, where she has been part of teams, community-based teams that have worked with a myriad of professionals to provide service in homes, in community centers around the city.
Biggest highlight I had was doing orientation this year, and we were able to organize a student resource fair for all the new students coming in, and that was really cool because we have a lot of things that go on in the building, but most people don't know about everything that happens, including me. So it was nice to be able to pull everyone together and get everyone in the same room, and be able to invite the new students to get involved with all that GSPP does. The award winner is Dr. Terry Davis. She's the director of the PsyD program and just an incredible person. Terry has a reputation in the building of being 110% for students, which in an academic setting, especially in higher education, isn't always the case. She's that person that first year we all meet and all sit back in awe of, saying, how can we ever match up to? She's also been responsible for getting our entire program reaccredited through APA, which is a massive mountain to move, but she has been on top of that this entire time.
This year we've hosted alumni receptions in Toronto, San Francisco, Chicago, Portland, New Orleans and San Diego. We've been all around the country and internationally connecting with our alumni. They're amazing. They take everything they learn at GSPP, they go out into the community, they make a real impact. They come back, they volunteer, they serve as supervisors, mentors. They're just real force multipliers, and we're so proud of them. I'm so excited to be presenting the Community Impact Award to Michael Carson. He's an incredible faculty member, wonderful teacher, he's a mentor for our alumni, and he's built an amazing network for our forensics field placement program. Not a day goes by that I don't hear from our alumni that they've either had coffee with Michael, drinks with Michael, received letters of recommendation, references, career advice, and even advice in relation to clients. He's even officiated a number of weddings for our alums. He really just gives back to our alumni community.
Our early career award is going to Dr. Lonnie Lawrence. She is Assistant Professor of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences at the University of Southern California. There, she's a licensed psychologist in the state of California, and she also serves as the lead psychologist or sports psychologist for the 2020 Tokyo Olympic team of field and track.
Our Career Achievement Award this year, 2019, is going to Dr. Marty Dubin. And Marty just so exemplifies the work that we do here at GSBP. When we think about using psychology to make the world a better place, when we think about innovative and far-reaching ways to use the training that we provide at GSBP, Marty has done an amazing job of that. And lots of our grads do an amazing job of that, but focusing on Marty this year feels really special. Marty is retiring from his work at RMH this year, and in considering retirement, he made an appointment with me right away saying, how else can I be involved at GSBP? And that's the kind of person he is, and that's the kind of engagement that he's had with his career. He will describe that his career kind of exists in three parts, that he, first of all, had a private practice, then he became an entrepreneur and developed managed care companies, and so was the CEO of managed care companies. And when he was successful in that and grew those and sold them, then he became a consultant with RMH. And in all of those areas, he's used and expanded the skills that he got here at GSBP.